Did you know a 6-year delay in court can get your case dismissed? Find out how Rene Figueroa beat the system. Rene C. Figueroa vs. Sandiganbayan Special Third Division, et.al. GR numbers 23596-566, date of promulgation, February 15, 2022. This is the 43rd case out of the 160 cases decided by Associate Justice Mario Lopez, chairperson of the 2024 Philippine Bar Examinations. Follow for more. Facts of the case. On June 21, 2011, the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, PAGCOR, filed a complaint against Rene Figueroa and other officers for corruption. The complaint was endorsed for preliminary investigation on July 19, 2011. Figueroa was directed to file his counter-affidavit by August 2011, which he submitted on September 5, 2011. 3 years later, on September 22, 2014, the Ombudsman recommended filing charges against Figueroa for violating Sections 3(e) of Republic Act, RA, No. 3019. Figueroa sought reconsideration, but it was denied. The Ombudsman filed the charges before the Sandiganbayan in June 2016, which were later amended in March 2017 to correct the names and designations of the accused. The Sandiganbayan admitted these amendments in July 2017. Figueroa moved to quash the informations in July 2017, arguing that the over 6-year delay from the filing of the complaint to the filing of the motion to quash constituted an inordinate delay in handling his case. The Sandiganbayan denied the motion, stating the delay was reasonable and part of the ordinary process of justice. It was held that Figueroa failed to raise the issue of speedy disposition of his cases before the Ombudsman, thus cannot claim violation of this right. In response, Figueroa filed a petition for certiorari and prohibition under Rule 65 of the Rules of Court, contending that the Sandiganbayan acted with grave abuse of discretion in denying his motion to quash. He argued that the Ombudsman took more than 6 years to decide the appropriate charges, which amounted to a violation of the Ombudsman's duty to promptly act on complaints. The People of the Philippines, in its comment, argued that the Sandiganbayan acted within legal bounds, denying any inordinate delay.
Primary issue in the Supreme Court. The primary issue was whether the delay in the Ombudsman's preliminary investigation violated Figueroa's constitutional right to a speedy disposition of cases.
Decision of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruled in favor of Figueroa. It differentiated between the right to a speedy trial and the right to speedy disposition of cases. The court found that the Ombudsman took an excessive amount of time to resolve the case against Figueroa, extending well beyond reasonable or statutory timeframes. The prosecution failed to justify the delay. Furthermore, the court held that Figueroa did not waive his right to speedy disposition by not raising it earlier. As a result, the criminal cases against Rene C. Figueroa were dismissed for violating his constitutional right to the speedy disposition of cases. Important doctrines discussed. 1. Speedy disposition of cases. The court reiterated that this right is guaranteed under the Constitution and applies to both criminal and administrative proceedings. Delays must be reasonable, and any significant delay requires justification from the prosecution. 2. Distinction between speedy trial and speedy disposition. Speedy trial applies strictly to criminal prosecutions, while speedy disposition extends to all judicial, quasi-judicial, or administrative bodies. 3. Burden of proof in delayed cases. When a delay is beyond a reasonable period, the prosecution must justify it. The accused does not bear the burden to expedite the process. 4. Waiver of constitutional rights. The court emphasized that the waiver of a constitutional right, such as the right to speedy disposition, must be clear, intentional, and informed. Mere silence or failure to raise the issue earlier does not constitute a waiver. 5. Responsibility of the Ombudsman. The Ombudsman has the duty to conduct investigations within a reasonable timeframe. Prolonged delays without valid reasons constitute a violation of the right to speedy disposition of cases.